Part 218. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2171. Chapter 2171. She must know who that woman is. Yan Xiaoqing was confused for a while by her question. Someone special, what do you mean? For example, a woman. Shen Ro's eyes flashed and she added, have any new women appeared around him recently? Or, has he mentioned any woman to you? She wanted to know who the woman who saved Gong Zili was. She has someone investigating this matter. But no clues have been found yet. So, she wanted to get some news from Yan Xiaoqing. Yan Xiaoqing and Gong Zili have a very good relationship in private, and they often play together. Maybe he knows who that woman is. She must know who that woman is. She needs to know who she lost to. Woman. Yan Xiaoqing's slender peach blossom eyes narrowed. He stared at Shen Ro for a few seconds. I don't know any women. I have had little contact with Zili during this period, and he has not contacted her either. What woman did I mention? Why, do you know something? There is another woman around Zili. Yan Xiaoqing knew that Gong Zili liked Jiao Mian. But he will definitely not tell Shen Ro about this. Shen Ro frowned, as if she was dissatisfied with his answer. You really don't know? I just asked you because I didn't know. I thought you knew. I don't know. Yan Xiaoqing immediately brushed it off. I don't know what Zili is doing during this period. I called him several times but he didn't come out. If you want to know his current situation, I really don't know. However, he also came to the banquet today. I didn't see him bringing a female companion, so there must be no women around him. Of course Shen Ro knew that Gong Zili was also here. She saw Gong Zili just now. Shen Ro originally thought she could learn something from Yan Xiaoqing, but unexpectedly she found nothing. There was a hint of disappointment in her eyes. But this also made her want to know more and more who the woman who saved Gong Zili was. She will definitely find out. No matter what she thinks of, she will find out. Hello, Miss Shen. A man stood behind Shen Ro holding a wine glass. Miss Shen, I am Wang Han, the general manager of Shenfa Real Estate Company. Shenfa and Shen have cooperated several times before, and Miss Shen and I have met once. I wonder if Miss Shen still remembers me. Shen Ro turned around and looked at the man greeting her behind her. Naturally, she had no memory at all. She stared at the man for a few seconds, then spread her red lips and said with a smile, it turns out to be Mr. Wang, of course I remember him. The man who greeted me immediately beamed and said, Miss Shen actually still remembers me. I'm honored. By the way, I haven't congratulated Miss Shen on assuming the position of president of Shen Corporation. Miss Shen is really a hero among women. She took over the job at such a young age. I have joined such a big company. I hope Shenfa and Shen can cooperate more in the future. I feel relieved that Miss Shen is in charge of Shen. Men's flattery and flattery are very obvious. Shen Ro was disgusted in her heart, but she had a friendly look on her face. I also hope that Shen and Shenfa can cooperate more. If Mr. Wang has any projects in the future, he can be the first to consider cooperating with Shen. I will definitely. Mr. Wang will not be disappointed. Shenfa is also a relatively well-known real estate company. So even if Shen Ro doesn't like Mr. Wang, she still has to deal with it. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2172. Chapter 2172. The current Bai family is better than the Shen family. She had just taken over the Shen family and wanted to make some achievements. Naturally, we will not refuse the cooperation that comes to us. Shen Ro raised her glass and was about to clink glasses with Mr. Wang when she heard several women around her say in excited tones, Mo Yesi is here. He also brought a female companion. Who is that? His girlfriend. His girlfriend is so beautiful. I think his girlfriend is much prettier than Shenro. No wonder Mo Yesi didn't choose Shenro. If it were me, I would definitely choose the prettier one. Shenro heard that several people were actually discussing her and comparing her with Jiao Mian. Her face suddenly sank, she bit her lips and raised her head to look in the direction of the entrance. At one glance, she saw Mo Yesi. The man has outstanding appearance and temperament. No matter where he appears, he is undoubtedly the focus of everyone's attention. Today's Chamber of Commerce also invited many so-called young talents, celebrities, and wealthy businessmen. These people who were invited were all talented and beautiful in the circle. But I still can't compare with Mo Yesi. His appearance immediately killed those so-called young talents. The eyes of all the famous ladies in the venue fell on him. The two young masters of the Mo family have always been the targets that the wealthy ladies in the upper class want to win. Unfortunately, whether it is the eldest son or the second son, they are like the flowers on the high mountains that are out of reach in the mountains. Can be seen but cannot be touched. No one has the ability to pick it. So these years, no matter how greedy they are, it is of no use. Now, seeing that the man they wanted to hook up with actually had another woman beside him, and even brought this woman to the banquet with him, the women in the room felt a little uncomfortable. However, with a gloating mentality, they were also happy to see Shenro's jokes. Mo Yesi has a woman, so it is not a blow to them. After all, they were only interested in Mo Yesi, and they didn't put much emotion into this interest. Shenro is different. Who doesn't know that she has liked Mo Yesi for many years? Mo Yesi chose a female artist from the entertainment industry and did not choose her, so the blow she suffered must have been deep. Because she didn't like Shenro always taking the limelight from them, Jiao Mianmian's appearance didn't really arouse hatred. They also need someone to suppress Shenro's limelight. So even though these women didn't really like Jiao Mian in their hearts, they praised her. I also heard that Mo Yesi's girlfriend has a pretty good family background, no worse than Miss Shen. Oh, isn't she just a female artist in the entertainment industry? What other background can she have? You rarely read gossip news, right? She is not just a newcomer in the entertainment industry. As you guys know about the Bai family, Mo Yesi's girlfriend is the daughter of the Bai family. In terms of family background, she is not at all inferior to Shen. Isn't it good, miss? The current Bai family is even better than the Shen family. The daughter of the Bai family, but the Bai family only has one son. How could it be? It's the daughter who was separated from them since childhood. The Bai family has been looking for her, and now she finally found her. If she is really the daughter of the Bai family, her conditions will be much better than Shenro's. From this look, Mo Yesi is very good at choosing girlfriends. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2173. Chapter 2173. Take care of your eyes. Yeah, it's better than Shenro anyway. Some people still think they are so great, thinking that no one can surpass her. Now she must be slapped in the face. She is better looking than her, and her family background is better than hers. What else can she be superior about now? When Shenro heard these comments, her face turned green with anger. Looking at Jiao Mian and Mo Yesi walking into the hall hand in hand with their fingers clasped, and the mocking looks around them, she felt as if someone had slapped her face twice. She felt like everyone was watching her joke. They all know how much she liked Mo Yesi before. Everyone knows that she has been fond of Mo Yesi for many years. Everyone knows that Mo Yesi doesn't like her and doesn't want her. Mo Yesi now appears on such an occasion with Jiao Mian. No doubt he slapped her hard twice on the face in public. He is using this behavior to tell others how much he despises her, Shenro. Shenro clenched her fists and looked at Jiao Mian with hatred in her eyes. She saw the shocked or obsessed looks of the men in the hall. They are all looking at Jiao Mian. Just a moment ago, these eyes belonged to her. As soon as Jiao Mian came, all the scenery that belonged to her was taken away. The eldest daughter of the Shen family is no longer the focus of everyone's attention. When Yan Shaoqing saw Jiao Mian and Mo Yesi coming, he decisively left Shenro behind and went to greet them. Asterisk. Second brother, sister-in-law Yan Shaoqing struggled to squeeze through the crowd to Jiao Mian and Mo Yesi. He looked well behaved and obedient, and greeted them sweetly. Before Jiao Mian and the others could say anything, his slender peach blossom eyes rolled and he looked Jiao Mian up and down again. Then he sighed and said, "Sister-in-law, this dress of yours is amazing. Your figure is also amazing. My second brother is so lucky, I envy him to death." As soon as he finished speaking, he was kicked on the knee. Second brother, what are you doing?" Yan Shaoqing was kicked and almost screamed out in pain. "Take care of your eyes." Mo Yesi squinted his eyes, feeling cold and cold around him. "If you look around again, I'll pluck them out for you." Yan Shaoqing bent over and rubbed the place where he had just been kicked. He raised his head with a very speechless expression on his face. "Second brother, you must have been a jealous person in your last life. I didn't do anything. Didn't I just compliment my sister-in-law on how good-looking she is today? What? I was wrong when I complimented your wife on her beauty. How can I say that my sister-in-law is not good-looking if I don't praise her for her beauty? Sister-in-law, please take care of your second brother. I was so wrong." Yan Shaoqing turned to complain to Jiao Mian, looking very aggrieved. "Only my sister-in-law can tolerate the temper of my second brother. I didn't know he was jealous before. He's even jealous of his own brother. It's too much. My leg hurts so much. My leg was broken by my second brother's kick. It really hurts." Yan Shaoqing started acting as he spoke. Jiao Mian. Yan Shaoqing is indeed a funny guy. Every time I see him, I can make him laugh. Seeing him acting so hard, Jiao Mian cooperatively raised her fist and punched Mo Yesi lightly. "Why are you bullying Shaoqing? You don't even know how to save him some face in public." "That's right. Second brother, you are too disrespectful to me. Even if you want to kick me, can't you wait until there are fewer people?" Yan Shaoqing muttered dissatisfied. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2174. Chapter 2174. The wedding date has been set. Mo Yesi really didn't give him face. Hitting him can be done according to your mood, regardless of time or occasion. In other words, you can beat him whenever you want. Beat him wherever he wants. But the young master of the Yan family can only be controlled by this one person. Mo Yesi can do this, but if it were anyone else, who would dare to do this to him? Mo Yesi glared at him. "If you keep talking nonsense, I don't mind impressing you more." Okay, I won't say anything anymore." Yan Shaoqing made a gesture of surrender. "I'm going to find my beauty." After Yan Shaoqing finished speaking, he turned around and slipped away. Jiao Mian chuckled and said, "Why did you kick him just now? Why are you always so fierce towards Shaoqing? Can't you be gentler to him? It seems like I can see Yan Shaoqing being bullied by Mo Yesi every time." Jiao Mian felt that Yan Shaoqing was a bit pitiful. "Who made him stare at you leeringly?" Mo Yesi snorted. "If he doesn't leave, I'll kick him again." Jiao Mian. Yan Shaoqing said that he might have been a jealous person in his previous life. She thought it might be true. "Mr. Mo, you may miss us from afar, but you may miss us from afar." An old-sounding voice suddenly sounded. Chiao Mian looked up and saw an old man in a wheelchair being pushed over by several tall men in suits. The old man looks to be about 60 years old and is also wearing a suit. Although he is in a wheelchair, he still seems to be in good spirits. With a smile on his face, he made a gesture to the bodyguard to park the wheelchair as the wheelchair arrived behind her and Mo Yesi. I was delayed by something just now, so I couldn't greet you properly. I hope Mr. Mo doesn't mind. Mr. Guo Mo Yesi called out politely when he saw the old man in the wheelchair. The lady next to Mr. Mo is. The old man's eyes fell on Chiao Mian, and after looking at her for a few seconds, his eyes lit up. Although he is old, he can still appreciate beautiful women. This is. Mo Yesi turned his head and glanced at Chiao Mian, thought for a moment, and introduced with a smile, "This is my fiancé, Chiao Mian. Mian, this is Mr. Guo, and Mr. Guo is responsible for tonight's Chamber of Commerce. Organized." The two made their relationship public. But the marriage has not been made public yet. Mo Yesi then thought of a compromise identity for Chiao Mian, that of his fiancée. This indicates that he and Chiao Mian may be getting married soon. At that time, when they hold the wedding and announce the marriage, it will not seem so sudden. After listening to his introduction, when the man in the wheelchair looked at Chiao Mian, his eyes showed a little more respect. At first, he thought that what Mo Yesi brought was just an ordinary female companion. So he didn't take Chiao Mian seriously. The content of the title fiancé is different. It turns out that Miss Chiao is Mr. Mo's fiancé. No wonder when I saw Miss Chiao, I felt that she and Mr. Mo are a perfect match. It's a perfect match for you. Mr. Mo and Miss Chiao are probably getting married soon. I will definitely go to your wedding banquet when the time comes. Everyone around them was listening with their ears pricked up. Mo Yesi curled his lips and nodded without denying, "Yes, it's coming soon. The wedding date has been set, but it's not convenient to say it now. Mr. Guo will definitely be invited by then." Okay, that's settled." The people around him were surprised when they heard that Mo Yesi and Chiao Mian had even set a wedding date. Many women looked at Shenro with gloating. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2175. Chapter 2175. But everyone still thinks she is miserable. Mo Yesi is already engaged, and the wedding date has been set. Doesn't Shenro have no hope at all? When she wasn't engaged before, she didn't have any hope either. She had always pursued them unilaterally, and she still couldn't catch up after so many years. Hey, looking at it this way, Shenro is quite pitiful. She must be very sad now. It's pitiful. Hey, I didn't expect that Miss Shen, who is so aloof and has eyes above her head, would also have this day. I see that Shenro's face is turning green. The man she has loved for so many years is now marrying another woman. She must have been hit hard. I think there are more than just these blows. Don't they all say that Prince Gong likes her, but haven't you noticed that when something happened to the Shen family before, the Gong family didn't help? From this look, whether Prince Gong likes her or not necessarily. Even if you like it, you don't really like it, otherwise you won't help the Shen family when something happens. Gong Zili is also here tonight. He and Shenro don't seem to have any interaction. I think the rumors are all false. Gong Zili doesn't like her at all. Maybe she spread the word herself and wanted to increase her worth. Woolen cloth. That's right, I said before that Gong Zili seemed to like her very much and would not marry her unless she was there. During the time when the Shen family was in trouble, didn't she go on blind dates everywhere? Why didn't she see Gong Zili marry her home? But to be honest, Mo Yesi's fiancé has better conditions than her. His fiancé's appearance is one that most men like. Shenro looks a bit strong, and most men don't like it. She also took over the Shen family and wants to follow the path of a strong woman. It is estimated that most men are even more afraid of her. No, women are too strong, and men don't like them. We are not short of money, so why do we package ourselves as strong women? Women, it is better to find a better man. In the future, it will be better to take care of the husband and raise the children at home. The discussion among a group of women was not quiet. Moreover, they were standing next to Shenro, so Shenro heard everything they said. Her already ugly face became even more ugly. His face turned completely dark. Listening to the women's increasingly harsh sarcasm, she clenched her fists in anger and her whole body was shaking. I wanted to rush over and slap those women in the face. But she can't. She tried her best to hold back her anger, but her body was still shaking violently. Her trembling appearance was seen by others, and there were even more taunting and mocking voices. Shenro seems to have been badly hit. Did you see that she was shaking with sadness? She looks so pitiful. Yes, it is indeed quite pitiful. Hey, the falling flowers are careless and the flowing water is ruthless. What's so pitiful about her? She's the one who keeps stalking others. Forget it, let's not talk about it. She is miserable anyway, and she must feel very uncomfortable now. These women gloated for a while and then found it boring. But their words pierced Shenro's heart like a knife. Everyone thinks she is miserable now. Even though she has taken over the Shen group, she has become one of the few female CEOs. But everyone still thinks she is miserable. Because Mo Yesi refused to have her. He made her a joke in everyone's eyes. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2176. Chapter 2176. Just watch, I don't care. Everyone knows that she, Shenro, has been following Mo Yesi for so many years, but in the end he still didn't want her. She is an abandoned woman in the eyes of others. Anyone can laugh at her and pity her. Even those women whose conditions are not as good as hers. She hated feeling like this. She doesn't want to be a joke in other people's eyes anymore. She is Shenro. She is the eldest daughter of the Shen family. She has always been envied by others. She has always been envied by others. She should never become a joke in the eyes of others. With Shenro thinking this, she suddenly took a glass of wine and straightened her back and walked towards Mo Yesi and Xiao Mian under the gaze of everyone. Her move made everyone look surprised. Damn, what does Shenro want to do? Yan Xiaoqing, who was standing with Gong Zili and was talking, was also stunned. She doesn't want to do anything. Beside him, Gong Zili, who was wearing a black suit, pursed his lips and said nothing. His dark eyes were half squinted, and his gaze fell on Xiao Mian. His eyes were light and showed no emotion. However, when he saw the hands of Mo Yesi and Xiao Mian clasped together, there was still a hint of darkness in his eyes. Gong Zili didn't pay attention to what Shenro was doing. Because from the moment Xiao Mian appeared, his eyes followed her uncontrollably. In my eyes, I can no longer see other people. After Yan Xiaoqing finished speaking, he didn't hear any response from Gong Zili. He turned around and saw Gong Zili staring at Xiao Mian intently. When he looked at Xiao Mian, his eyes were undisguised. Yan Xiaoqing was stunned for a moment, then frowned. He had talked so much to Gong Zili before, but it seemed like it was all in vain. Obviously, Gong Zili did not listen to his words. Otherwise, it wouldn't still be like this. Mo Yesi is still here. There are still so many people in the hall. His eyes don't even know how to hide it. Just staring at Xiao Mian. If others notice that he is strange, there will probably be gossip again. Before, there were so many scandals about him and Xiao Mian. Fourth. Ahem, Yan Shaoqing bumped Gong Zili with his elbow. Seeing that Gong Zili finally looked back, he lowered his voice and said, "Pay attention to your expression and eyes. So many people are watching. Aren't you afraid of others gossiping?" Gong Zili had an indifferent expression on his face. "Just watch, I don't care." Yan Shaoqing, even if you don't care, what about the person you care about? You don't care if she is gossiped about. Gong Zili pursed his lips and made no sound this time. Yan Shaoqing thought to himself that he had to talk to Xiao Mian. Only when Xiao Mian talks about things, he can listen. Fourth brother, even if you can't control your feelings, you'd better exercise some restraint. That look in your eyes just now was really too revealing. Fortunately, everyone in the venue was attracted by Shen Rugong's actions. No one noticed them. Otherwise, someone would really have to gossip. Gong Zili was silent for a while and said coldly, "I understand." He said he understood, but the next second, he looked at Xiao Mian again. Yan Shaoqing. It's hopeless. The fourth child is hopeless. He must have been stunned. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2177. Chapter 2177. He protected Xiao Mian really well. Yan Shaoqing originally wanted to persuade him again, but when he thought about how much he had said sincerely before and Gong Zili still hadn't listened to a single word, he felt that everything he said was meaningless. He looked at Gong Zili's appearance, unless he figured it out himself. It is impossible for others to persuade you. After all, he and Mo Yesi were at loggerheads over this matter, but things had reached this point and he couldn't figure it out. It is even less possible for him to figure it out with just a few words from others. Thinking of this, Yan Shaoqing sighed softly. Beauty can mislead people. No wonder there was a saying in ancient times that beautiful women bring disaster. Although, he also knew that Xiao Mian could not be blamed for this matter. However, it is indeed because of her that the brothers are like this. Moreover, he was worried that if Gong Zili was still so stubborn, he might make things even worse in the future. By then, Yan Shaoqing felt upset thinking about it. Hey, what's all this? Why did such a thing happen between them? Obviously the fourth child didn't like Xiao Mian at first, but later on, he fell in love with her. Yan Shaoqing wanted to break his head, but he couldn't figure out the reason. Asterisk. When Shenro walked up to Xiao Mian and Mo Yesi with a wine glass, Mo Yesi reached out and pulled Xiao Mian behind him. His eyes were guarded, staring at the glass of wine in Shenro's hand. The expression on Shenro's face couldn't help but stiffen. She watched Mo Yesi protectively shield Xiao Mian behind him, and then looked at the defensive look in his eyes. After a while, she tugged at the corners of her stiff lips and squeezed out a dry smile. "Are you afraid that my wine glass contains sulfuric acid? Do you think I'll splash Xiao Mian?" Even if she had known that he had no feelings for her, Shenro was still hurt by his action just now. He protected Xiao Mian really well. I'm afraid that Xiao Mian might make a slight mistake. Does he take Xiao Mian so seriously? The more Mo Yesi showed how much he valued Xiao Mian, the duller Shenro's face became. Every move Mo Yesi made was like a slap in the face. Still in front of so many people, he slapped her hard several times. He put her in an extremely embarrassing situation, and he made everyone laugh at her. Shenro bit her lips, her nails dug into her palms, and she felt extremely hateful. Mo Yesi looked at her with a cold expression. "Well, I'm quite scared." You. Shenro didn't expect that he would say this. After being stunned, she felt more and more embarrassed, and the expression on her face became even more ugly. She was so angry that her eyes were red. I know you care about Jiao Mian, but no matter how unbearable I am, Shenro, I can't do such a despicable thing. We have known each other for more than 20 years, and you actually think that I can do it? Did something so vicious happen? The expression on Mo Yesi's face was very cold. The length of time we have known each other has nothing to do with how much I know about you. So I am not sure whether you will do this. You. Shenro bit her lips, her eyes even redder than before. ACI, you misunderstood me, and you underestimated me. Shenro held back her tears, with an insulted and angry expression on her face. I came here just to toast you and Mian. I came here to bless you. I didn't think about harming anyone. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2178. Chapter 2178. The only person who won't be able to step down for a while will be you. Bless us. Yes, I wish you all the best. Shenro took a deep breath and managed to maintain her usual elegance. She raised her glass and said with a sincere smile, ACI, I wish you and Mian a happy marriage and a lifetime of love. I know that there were misunderstandings between us because of some things before. You may not believe it when I say this now. However, I sincerely bless you. ACI, we have known each other for more than 20 years, and you are my best friend. I really want you to be happy. I respect you and Mian for this glass of wine. After she finished speaking, she raised her head and finished the glass of wine. Mo Yesi looked at her actions and did not move. After Shenro finished drinking, she saw that Mo Yesi didn't respond, and she felt awkward and embarrassed for a moment. ACI, don't you believe what I say? She felt the mocking gazes around her, and she felt annoyed in her heart, and her face felt hot. Mo Yesi looked at her with cold eyes. If you want to give a blessing, it's not necessary. Whether you are sincere or not doesn't mean anything to us. You can drink this glass of wine by yourself, I won't accompany you. As soon as Mo Yesi finished speaking, there was a burst of ridicule from around him. Ha ha ha, you made me laugh so hard. I was so embarrassed to see the slap in the face. Someone probably wanted to save face, so she deliberately pretended to be magnanimous. However, people saw through her at a glance and didn't accept her trick at all. It's so funny. She kept shouting ACI, as if she had a good relationship with Mo Yesi. But Mo Yesi is really ruthless. In front of so many people, he has no face at all. Leave it to her. I feel like she's going to die. I think she's going to cry. Keep your voice down, don't let her hear it. Otherwise, she will really cry soon. Shenro had been holding back her emotions, but after hearing those ridiculing comments, she finally couldn't help it. She raised her head in shame and anger. Mo Yesi, you. Rura, if you want to drink, come to me. Why are you looking for my second brother? He is a non-drinker. Yan Xiaoqing came over, grabbed Shenro's arm, and pulled her to his side. Before Shenro could say the next words, she was pulled into the crowd by him. As he walked away, he said, come on, I'll drink with you. We haven't seen each other for a long time, so we just want to have a drink together and catch up on old times. Yan Xiaoqing, what are you doing? Let me go. Shenro struggled angrily. Don't you want to drink? I'll drink with you. Yan Xiaoqing ignored her and pulled her to continue walking in another direction. Who wants to drink with you? Let me go. Shenro struggled hard, but she was no longer strong enough for Yan Xiaoqing, so she could only be dragged forward by him. Yan Xiaoqing pulled her to a corner with few people before letting go. Shenro immediately rubbed her pinched wrist, raised her head, and glared at him angrily. Yan Xiaoqing, what are you doing? Why did you pull me here? Yan Xiaoqing looked at her speechlessly. If I don't pull you over, what are you going to do? Are you still going to have a fight with ASI? Rura, you know ASI's temper. You are too noisy with him. Being stiff won't do you any good. You will be the only one who won't be able to step down for a while. Haha, it's bad enough now, how much worse can it be? End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2179. After chapter 2179, he and I are enemies. Shenro looked unconcerned. Even if I don't want to get too serious with him, has he ever given me face? I just showed my kindness to him in public. How did he treat me? He has made it impossible for me to step down. You just saw what he did to me in order to protect Jiao Mian, Shenro said and laughed, but her eyes were cold. Who else does he care about besides Jiao Mian? If he wants to protect Jiao Mian, he has to trample on other people's self-esteem. I can see clearly now that except for Jiao Mian, the rest of us are nothing in his eyes. He can abandon them at any time. Yan Shaoqing, don't think that you are an exception. If one day, you mess with to make Jiao Mian angry, she only needs to blow her pillow, and Mo Yesi can abandon you. Today between me and Zili is your tomorrow. Yan Shaoqing's expression changed. Rura, I believe that ACI does everything for a reason. I'm not sure what the conflict is between you and him. But as far as I know, it was you who did something bad to your sister-in-law, so that's what off ACI, right? If you hadn't done those things, would ACI break up with you? As for Zili, Yan Shaoqing frowned. I don't know what happened between him and ACI. However, ACI's mother also did something bad to her sister-in-law, which made her angry. It's ACI's. You clearly know how much ACI cares about your sister-in-law, but you still want to test his bottom line. Rura, do you dare to say that you didn't consider the consequences before doing those things? I guess you must have considered it. The reason why I still choose to do it is just to take a chance. You think you and ACI have known each other for many years and have been in love for many years. Even if he knew, he wouldn't really do anything to you. Yan Shaoqing watched Shenro's expression change little by little, and couldn't help but sigh. I guessed it right. Rura, you really shouldn't test a C's bottom line. You are right, even if I have touched his bottom line and he will not make an exception for me. But since I know what his bottom line is, I won't touch it. That's you. Shenro was silent for a while, turned around, and said coldly, I won't be as timid as you. Yan Shaoqing spread his hands. Yes, I am timid and afraid of getting into trouble. So do you think everything you have now is what you want? Are you happy that things are going like this? Shenro bit her lip and said nothing. All this now is certainly not what she wants. But what if she doesn't do those things? Would Mo Yesi be grateful to her for this? Will you be with her? Won't. Even if she could turn back time, she still wouldn't be able to sincerely accept Jiao Mian being with him. Mo Yesi can only be with her. She will not accept any woman other than herself. Rura, you. That's enough, Yan Shaoqing, don't try to persuade me anymore. Shenro interrupted Yan Shaoqing coldly. This is what happened between Mo Yesi and I. We can't go back to the way we were before. It's related. I gave each other a chance just now, but he humiliated me in public and made me look embarrassed in public. From now on, he and I will be enemies. I will not force you to choose between me and him, and you should not persuade me again in the future. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2180. Chapter 2180. Shenro has gone crazy. Yan Shaoqing looked helpless. It has to be like this? Even if we can't be friends, there's no need to be enemies. He and I can only be enemies. Shenro said every word, her voice extremely cold, "In the future, I will try every means to deal with Mr. Mo. He has made me suffer the ridicule of so many people, and he has made me laugh again and again. He humiliated me, and I will pay back all the pain and blow he caused me." And Chiao Mian Mian, speaking of Chiao Mian Mian, the hatred in Shenro's eyes became even stronger. "She took away so many things from me, and she also made me become a joke in the eyes of others. I don't know how to do it either. Let her go. I will pay back all the pain she has caused me." Yan Shaoqing frowned. "Rura, did you blame the wrong person? Neither a si nor sister-in-law did anything to feel sorry for you. You have already made a mistake, don't make the same mistake again and again. It's not too late for you to let go of everything now." "Put it down." Shenro seemed to have heard something very funny, the corners of her lips raised in mockery, and she said with a cold expression, "You want me to put it down? They have caused so much harm to me and made me suffer so much. You actually ask me to let it go now? Impossible. I can't let go now unless I see them suffering the same pain as me, otherwise, I will never let go." Her expression gradually became ferocious. "I hate Mo Yesi, I hate Chiao Mian Mian." Yan Shaoqing was startled when he saw her terrifying appearance, with a surprised look on his face. Looking at Shenro's crazy look, he felt terrible. Especially when Shenro said that she hated Chiao Mian Mian and Mo Yesi. The expression on her face was cold and ferocious like a devil. At that moment, Yan Shaoqing felt that he didn't recognize her at all. Looking at Shenro like this, he felt inexplicably terrible and didn't want to stay with her any longer. Shenro has gone crazy. It is impossible for him to persuade a madman. If you think like this, you will regret it later. After saying these words, Yan Shaoqing turned around and left. Shenro stood there, looking at his fleeing figure. The expression on her face became colder and colder. Even Yan Shaoqing will start to distance himself from her? The four best people in the past now treat her like a plague. Everyone felt that she had done something wrong and that she had done something very excessive. They all help Chiao Mian Mian speak. They all think Chiao Mian Mian is right. In their hearts, Chiao Mian Mian is a simple and kind little white rabbit, an innocent victim, and a weak person who needs their care and protection. She, Shenro, is a poisonous woman. She is a poisonous woman that everyone avoids. Shenro bit her lip. She saw that Chiao Mian Mian was surrounded by a group of famous ladies, all of whom had fawning smiles on their faces. Once, these benefits were all hers alone. She is the one who is liked by others. Now, everything from her has been taken away by Chiao Mian Mian. The people she likes, the people who like her, and the various scenery that is unique to her. Shenro. Chiao Mian Mian. Shenro clenched her fists, and blood oozed from her bitten lips. The salty smell of blood filled her lips and teeth. She licked the blood on the corners of her lips, looked in the direction of Chiao Mian Mian, and spoke word by word. Gritting his teeth, he said, "I won't let you go." End of this chapter.